Working at the steel mill. Making $9.40, bro.
So welcome to another episode of Schmuckast, where we talk everything about movies, video games, and life.
Oh, you were recording all that?
Yep. You got to record something. You got to start the conversation somewhere. And yes, Matt is afraid of his own penis.
I just wanted to go over your 25 movies that you had. What was them? Did you have the list somewhere? Lenny
I was
did
watching it the other day. I have it on my phone.
25 favorite movies of the 90s.
They are pretty recent.
And the 80s.
That's not true. Citizen Kane is number 100,000 on that list. You want to talk about the 25 favorite movies?
Oh, whatever. Pick one. Pick one.
Toxic Avenger.
And tell me why it made the cut. Oh, Toxic Avenger was one of them?
Yeah, number 25.
You are fucking high.
No. It's my list. I didn't say...
You are fucking high.
No, it's my list. I didn't say it was the AFI's list or it's what everyone else... It's just my list. It was a very influential movie to me. That's one of the movies that made me want to pursue film.
I have a funny memory. I remember my dad got us Toxic Avenger when we were kids. We were like 8-year-old, and he thought it was like some cartoon. And as soon as, like, you know, people started jacking off and the kid got ran over and his head exploded, he's like, oh, that's it. And he shut
Did anybody jack off in that movie?
I'm just saying, once he saw what it was like 15 minutes into it, he said, this is not the movie I thought it was. I'll just never forget that, when they ran over that kid on the bike, I was traumatized. I thought that was scary.
I think a lot of kids, I think a lot of people who see that movie for the first time have that same experience. I was like 9. My uncle picked it up for me, and he knew what it was, but he knew I was into fucked up movies like that. So he picked it up for me on VHS, and we watched it. And it was great, and it was intentionally bad. And it also just, later on, I appreciated its cheapness. It's a very cheap-looking movie, but it's got a story. It's very entertaining. It's very funny, and it's very rare that you see horror mixed with comedy that way.
Well, it's definitely Troma's claim to fame.
It's their only good movie, really. I mean,
it was pretty crazy.
The sequels went downhill from there, and yeah, Troma movies
pretty
in general
violent
are
and
bad
gory.
movies.
Yeah. What was 24? You got the whole list in your head?
I don't know them in order. 24 was Heavy Metal. You ever see Heavy
Keep
Metal?
Going. No.
23 was Schindler's List.
Schindler's List.
22 was only because it was so low on the list.
You just saw Schindler's List for the first time, didn't you? Not even that long ago.
Yeah, that's why it's so low on the list. But, you know, when you see a movie for the first time and it affects you that much, it's got to be on there.
Oh, I'll just wait till the next time.
Number 22 is Pulp Fiction. Number 21 was Friday the 13th, Part 6. That's an odd choice.
That's not an odd choice.
Well...
You got to have a Jason movie in there, don't you? Don't you?
Yeah.
And isn't Part 6 your favorite? So therefore... I'd call that a shoe-in.
No, you're right. I'm going by, you know, those movies are critically panned. So to have that movie on the same list as like Schindler's List, people.
Well, maybe, but Part 6 isn't panned.
It is.
Is it really?
Not by horror fans, yeah, but by critics, it's one of the worst
really?
movies ever. Yeah, it is. But those movies all have a bad rap. So
we'll have to look.
Fuck the critics. Number 20 was the original Nightmare on Elm Street with Robert Englund. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Robert Englund.
Yeah. Freddy?
Who?
Haley
I think you're doing this podcast with the wrong person.
Yeah.
Who? Wait, Nancy?
Corey Feldman?
Yeah, no, that kid, right? He was in the movie, but he jerked off into a sock. And then the tub monster came and got him.
No, dude, not a Troma movie.
Oh. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare
with
on
the
Fuck
booby
Street.
trap. The booby traps at the end, and it's got the great moment.
Anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
Johnny Depp, when he dies.
Yes. 19 was the original Karate Kid, because I was very much into Ralph Macchio and shit. But I was kind of gay back then. Number 18, Goodfellas.
Oh.
The next ones, I don't remember the order.
Goodfellas. Why do you like Goodfellas so much?
You showed me that movie.
Why do you like it so much?
Well, if I compare it to like the Godfather,
bring up the Godfather. Why do you like the Goodfellas?
Goodfellas? It's
Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part in God?
I like the performance. I don't know. There's a lot of really good dialogue in that movie, and it doesn't. You know, it's not a straightforward unfolding epic. Really,
it's just in your face.
Yeah, it's in your face, but it's just a series of events that talk about a guy's life, and you know, in the scheme of things, Ray Liotta's character isn't. He's not like the Godfather. He's not like the head of a family. He's just a guy that gets in this lifestyle.
Kind of. Yeah.
Well, not even lucky. He just
being a gangster was better than being president of the United States.
They romanticize the gangster lifestyle. They glorify it more than I think any other movie. They make it look very attractive.
I love when they get the mailman too, and he's getting all the letters sent to his parents' house.
Yeah,
and it just shows all the power they have. And he goes,
you know what? My favorite part of that whole movie is the montage where Robert De Niro has all the mafia guys killed, and they show they show the one guy hanging in the meat freezer. And they show the two
in the pink Cadillac.
Yeah, I mean that was probably, and the music they used.
Are you fucking stupid? You go buy a car. I told you to.
Yeah.
I told you to lay low.
And then at the end when he tries to whack Ray Liotta and his wife.
Oh yeah, it's over there. Yeah. Right around that corner.
Yeah. Now the next one's on the list. I don't really remember the order. I know RoboCop is on there.
Oh.
Best action movie ever.
Oh, that's saying a lot.
Yeah. Groundhog Day.
Best action movie of all time?
RoboCop? I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, because Starship Troopers is
I thought you liked Starship Troopers better
I do.
than RoboCop.
I forgot about
shame.
Starship Troopers is a great science fiction movie. Well, RoboCop's kind
I
of
would
science
easily
fiction
take
too.
RoboCop over Starship Troopers.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Because I think I didn't see RoboCop till much later.
It doesn't matter. I'm talking about the quality.
So, RoboCop and Starship Troopers. They're both directed by the same guy.
Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah, Paul Verhoeven, who also directed my favorite movie of all time, Showgirls. Just so weird. Gremlins 2, the new batch, is on there.
Over the original Gremlins.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yep.
Much zanier. Not as scary, but...
Yeah, well, it goes back to our Ghostbusters 2 fucking argument. It's not as scary, but I just like the tone of that movie a lot better. I like all the different Gremlins in that movie. And I thought Gizmo... Yeah, and I thought Gizmo was done a lot better.
And holding it down to a tower is kind of funny. The clamp, right, instead of Trump.
Hulk Hogan in the middle of the movie just yelling at the Gremlins.
We just show these movies, madam. We don't make them.
Yeah.
I'm the Hawkster! Gremlins! Hey!
People come to a movie, they want hot popcorn, soda. They don't want a bunch of Gremlins yelling at the projector. Hawkster! Ah!
I heard the crazy psycho. I can't even do the voice, but yeah, crazy whacked out.
Groundhog Day, my favorite Bill Murray movie.
I make the weather.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It's coming around. I'm a celebrity in danger. I'm a celebrity in a crisis.
I know Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is on there.
Bodacious! Anyways, sorry.
So
Why'd you leave Napoleon? He's a dick.
All you've learned is that Caesar is a salad dressing dude.
That's still probably my favorite. He's a dick.
Who's Joan of Arc? Joan of Arc? Yes, son, Joan of Arc. Know his wife? Come on, dumb humor. I love that movie. I like the sequel a lot too. What do you like better? Do you like Bill and Ted 1 or 2?
I've never seen the second one.
Really? The second one, they die. Second one sucked. I like the first one. Pee-wee's Big Adventure is on there.
Oh, a Tim Burton movie.
Yeah, and right next to that one is Batman. Tim Burton's Batman is on there.
Tim Burton's Batman.
Yep.
Why do you like that one?
Favorite superhero movie of all time.
Oh, come on.
What's your favorite superhero movie?
I don't have one.
Well, then fuck you.
My dad's my superhero.
Oh, okay. Aquaman's mine.
Stop coughing.
Sorry, got this dick in my mouth.
Superhero movie.
Well, what is your favorite superhero movie? It's not even funny anymore.
I got that. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
It's the first fart on a podcast.
Oh, dude. Okay, it's gone. I think.
Did it really smell?
Let me take that in.
Oh, that's that Outback.
Just smells like open
smell.
ass.
Bloomin' onion, baby. I'm sorry. Anyways, what were
like
you
calling
asking
a
me
retard on Double Dribble.
before I fluctuated into the... What were you asking me before I tooted?
I don't know.
In the microphone?
So number 10 on the list was Rocky Balboa, Rocky 6. Favorite Rocky film, don't dispute me on it. Number 9, Starship Troopers. Number 8.
Wait a minute.
What?
If RoboCop's the best action movie of all time,
No,
then why
I
is
said Starship Troopers is higher on the list.
Yeah.
Shut up. Number 7 was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Okay, I've already got some real...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Go with it. Number 6 was
Back to the Future?
count. No, that was like the the top 5. I forgot what number 6 and
You
number
got a
5
pretty
were.
good memory. You got them all memorized. Star
Almost.
Wars. Or Star Wars and all
It's
this.
it's the top 3. Clerks 2 is on there.
Here we go.
Um,
Over Clerks.
yeah, I think so.
Uh,
I mean, these are generally movies I enjoy better than the originals, and I like the originals a lot. I just like the sequels better.
Lots of sequels are better than the
I
originals.
don't remember number 6, but Back to the Future Part 2, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Return of the Jedi. There's your Star Wars. Return of the King.
Sequels.
And Shawshank Redemption. And
and Forrest Gump.
And
Yeah,
Forrest
yeah.
Gump, number 1.
You like sequels a lot more than the originals.
It depends.
You do?
On the movie.
There's a lot of sequels on there, though. I was just looking at the list that you showed me.
There's a couple that
Good.
you can argue, like Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Is it actually a better movie than Raiders? Most people would say no, and actually, a lot of people consider that one the worst one. A lot of people actually like Crystal Skull better. I think what it is for me is just a darker toned movie. It's darker. There's a little more fantasy in there. The one thing that people have a big problem with were the stunts in that movie were out of control. But I don't know. They were out of control in the other 3 films too. It was, I think, the one that people kind of talk about the most that was like, oh, that would never happen, is where they jump out of the plane on the life raft and they survive. But, it's,
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
it's a fucking movie, though. That's why I go to see these kinds of movies, is to see
And
something.
the Ark of the Covenant's going to shoot beams through Nazis.
I know. For some reason, having a
Just as
fucking
believable.
refrigerator, survive a nuclear blast is more believable than, or less believable than the guy jumping out of an airplane on a life raft. I don't know.
What about Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Why didn't that make the cut?
Honorable mention. Cause
Was it really?
yeah, well, no, I didn't mention it, but it was, even though it's a good movie, it didn't really.
Love the makeup in that movie.
Yeah, it didn't inspire me though the same way that like Toxic Avenger did. Cause
They got him. He's dead.
Fucking Sweet Tooth in that movie. Was that Yoda?
That was a bad. I like the big clown at the end when he comes out of the rafters, out of the ceiling. That huge clown. That was so
Clownzilla.
cool.
Yeah.
What do they call him?
Clownzilla.
Clownzilla.
Yeah.
You need to break the nose, wasn't that right? You need to break the nose.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Return of the Killer Clowns? They were supposed to do a sequel last year
Oh, jeez.
in 3D.
We should make a sequel to Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Comes back from the grave and kills
It's
all the
called
Nazis.
African American.
Schindler, Nazi killer.
What?
I don't know. Just winging it.
So what are
So
your,
there I was.
what are your top 25 movies?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to get a list. That'd be hard. I would have to say Number on Elm Street's in there.
Yeah.
That's personal favorite. Yeah, seen that. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah,
list them
I
all
would.
off.
I would definitely say that's his most original. Will you stop, dude?
Sorry,
Fuck.
man. It's just
Turning this place into a sauna.
It's just gas, man. It's already been a sauna.
Is that your fucking like Twisted Metal move?
Ooh.
Like if you were like a car, you would just
The
fart.
bloomin' onion, man.
Oh,
Oh,
gross! I can never eat a bloomin' onion again.
Oh, I can't even fart again. I'm about to poop my pants.
Ew.
That would suck. What if I accidentally sharted?
What?
What if I sharted?
That's gross.
You know what I mean? That's pretty sick. Top 25 movies.
I just saw the new Texas Chainsaw movie.
Yeah, you did a review of it. It's awesome. It wasn't that good, wait.
Were you into the Texas Chainsaw
Not
movies at all?
really. I've only seen the original 1974.
What was
Was
interesting?
it 74?
Yeah,
What year was it?
73.
73, no
Yeah,
way.
what was interesting about this one, though, was it wasn't a remake. It was a sequel to the first movie. They kind of ignore all the other ones, which is, right away makes it a decent
Leatherface
movie.
was never really that much of an interesting villain to me.
Well, here he was to me in terms of a villain because he was very scary. I would say he's scarier than actually Jason and Freddy because he doesn't really have a persona. He's fucking crazy, running after you with that chainsaw and screaming the way he does. And there's no pattern to his movements. If you watch like at least the first two movies, he's just fucking the way he moves with that chainsaw. It's like there's no pattern to
I
his
love when
movements.
he gets that guy in the fucking meat the meat.
In the first movie.
Yeah, when he comes out of nowhere, out of the freezer with the meat, whatever, he clocks him in the head with the hammer. And just the way they do it with no music and nothing.
Well,
No
this
music,
new one,
he starts twitching and
this
shit.
new one is probably one of the better ones. And I was never a big Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan, but this one wasn't bad. I was actually surprised that it was kind of toned down. There's one really cool part where, well, I won't spoil it, but it involves a disembowelment.
I was going to say, I might want to watch it,
Yeah, it's not a bad movie by any stretch. I mean, in terms of the series, a little disappointing that they cut back on the violence. But in retrospect, the first one wasn't that violent either. I mean, it's surprising when you watch that first one how little blood there is. But it makes you think it's gorier than it really is because of all the stuff that happens. But they used too much CGI. That's the thing that killed it.
I hate to switch subjects, but I'm real proud of that you have Pulp Fiction on your list. Because that was a movie I always tried to endorse to you, I believe. I always tried to get you to watch it. I always said, this is a great movie, man. You're going to love it. And now, here you are, and it's on your list of top 25 favorite movies. I'm just really happy for you. I'm glad you watched it and you liked it.
Yeah.
I'm sure most movie fans do. It's a good one. It's all conversations, too. It's all dialogue-driven.
Well, it took me a while. I don't know why it took me so long to watch Tarantino when I loved Kevin Smith for so long. I don't know. I feel like Tarantino for a long time was trying to play like Hollywood badass. And for some reason, I was just like, it's one of those things where if something is really popular, I won't go near it. I'm sure you've noticed that. I just until years later.
Except Star Wars.
Well, yeah, but
and Mario Brothers.
Mario Brothers. Okay. The movie or the game?
Nintendo.
Oh. Yeah, only I like that.
You know.
Only I played.
Only I like Nintendo.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, you can still be considered a big nerd for liking Star Wars. It just depends on the where you hang out.
You're not a nerd if you like Star Wars. Any person in their right mind can get swept away in that story. I don't care who you are.
I don't know. I didn't know a lot. When I first got into Star Wars, I was considered a nerd. Nobody watched Star Wars.
Well, you were captain of the chess club.
Yeah. You were captain of the I Suck a Lot of Cock club. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying you were.
I was the only member.
I'm sure you did.
I got a trophy.
Giant gold.
On his
dick.
knees. Sorry. Anyways.
On your knees, Texas Pete.
Yeah, I'm not gay. I just suck cock on the side to make a little money. I'm not totally gay. I fuck girls, so I'm not totally gay. But my friend here, he's totally gay. 100%. He loves the cock.
That's not what your boyfriend said.
They're one of those.
Tell me about this chick you've been talking to. What's her name?
Oh, we're not going to discuss my love life on the podcast.
We need to. Your gay lover who's a chick?
Shut the fuck up. I hope they make Scream 5.
Oh,
City goes back. Why is this happening to me? Well, cause bitch, you came back to town. That's why.
Yeah.
We need like a guest. We need like guest appearances by Dan Anderson.
Hey,
what's up, Dan? Oh, nothing. Well, how you been? Fine. How's Lauren? Great, I guess. How's the love life? Sucks. The fuck you want from me?
Let's do more Ben videos.
Go fix an air conditioning unit. That's how it would go. I'm telling you. Dude, leave me alone. I was just trying to make sure.
Why don't you go eat a taco badaco?
I do love our retarded trilogy. That's one of my fondest videos of us.
Let's talk
just for Dan's. God damn it.
Such a good impression.
Hurt, dude. That had to hurt. Looking at the video, he put neck first at your desk.
Hey, man, you suffer for your art. Seriously.
Horny Henry.
Horny Henry, the rectum warrior.
That's art.
You suck, Horny Henry.
I'm
going to jump to my death now.
I wish I could do my video over again. It kind of sucked.
It did.
It was all right. Maybe not the ending. The ending was so sad. You're too fat. You're too big. Oh, too fat, dude. Done. And then you just showed up. When Rob Zombie did do that bitch. Do that bitch. So you're laughing. Of course, Detroit.
Man, get your dick out of the dog's mouth.
Detroit Vice, our masterpiece.
Yeah.
Now that's ad-libbing at its best. And Glenn's finest hour.
Yeah.
Your mama. You racist motherfucker.
I really want to see that in front of an audience and see if anybody gets it. I really doubt they would.
But you gotta keep your mother. You don't do the. You have any drugs on you? No.
Well, you fucking edit it next time.
That's the best part, though. Your mama. That's my favorite line.
Nobody can understand him when he says it. It's just
your mom. Rape.
Your mom.
Well, the whole video's in the whole video's in your mom. You racist motherfucker. You racist motherfucker. Another on our day in Detroit.
Gringo.
I like the commercial we did. I can't believe how freaking nuts I was on that thing.
Spoono's commercial.
Oh my god! I was watching. I'm like, oh my god! I was going off, dude. I was just freaking all like,
Something
hey,
spicy, something
zesty,
zesty. Pour
some
on
spider
dressing. Naked men.
It's not a Jewish pattern.
Yeah, what is with you and the anti-Semitic remarks?
I just winged it. I didn't know what to say. I was ad-libbing everything.
Let's
No
make fun
script to work with or nothing.
Let's make fun of the Jewish guy.
It was just a general idea.
Did I
Fuck you, fucking
Did I
Bendako
tell you
bitch.
about that Seinfeld video that me and Dan did in high school where they wanted me to be Seinfeld because I was Jewish?
Yeah, and you were...
I look nothing like Seinfeld. I'd never seen the show. Still to this day, have no idea what Seinfeld talks like. And they were like, oh, you're Jewish, be him. Big, fat Jewish guy.
Yeah, didn't you always talk about, oh, my grandma just died. Oh, that sucks. Anyways, I got to the next checkpoint in Resident Evil. If I use the rocket launcher, I can open the wall.
I got this new Dreamcast game today. It kicked ass.
Anyways, I'll see you at the funeral. Oh, wait, I can't make it. I'm having a gigantic boss battle.
Are you Michael Jackson? No, are you
God,
Michael
don't
Jackson?
Start. Now you're making fun of your brother.
Back then.
How dare you.
Not today, but
Poor
back
kid.
then.
Making fun of his
Shut up.
inadequacy.
Shut up. Fuck
No!
you. I've got you on
I'm
videotape
not gonna have
with more shit than I've got.
I won't take it. He's a good kid. I love him. It's funny, right? He's not just retarded. He's retarded. So, in a fungine refrigerator. Are you Michael Jackson? Here's some beer. So this guy walks into a bar, right? And he's got a mustache. He says, are you Michael Jackson? No. Here's some beer. Come on, it's funny. Put it in the refrigerator. What? It's funny. He didn't even get to the punchline. He was like halfway through the joke. I was like, oh, it's funny, right?
Who's that guy in South Park
Funny.
with the fucking stilts that talks like that?
Stan says you're a cunt, continuing inspiration. Anyways, yeah. Oh, I don't know his name. Yeah. I'm Lucy. That was kind of a cute episode of I Love Lucy we watched when she got more and more drunk as she was trying to do the commercial. That was kind of funny. That was kind of funny. That was pretty cool. My first I Love Lucy episode.
What made you want to watch I Love Lucy?
I just heard a lot about that particular episode. It's been ranked as one of the best episodes of all time. Just
Lucy gets fucking on my nerves, though, like you wouldn't believe. She does, because the whole series is built up on this bitch just ruining her husband's career because she's so selfish that she wants to get into show business.
Are you taking on a classic show now?
I am.
You're going to tear it apart?
I am.
All right.
I'm going right down to fucking Paramount Pictures and be like, bitch!
And a fungine refrigerator. It's kind of funny.
Here's some beer.
Didn't you do a Star Wars movie in your room with all your plastic figurines?
Yes, I'm embarrassed. Star Wars.
I told you not to disturb me when I'm cleaning my room.
I never said that.
I can just see someone not gonna leave me alone. I'm busy. I'm flying the Millennium Falcon to my bed. Han Solo's gonna defeat the monolith. So we go back in time and find out evolution and stick it up Kubrick's ass in the afterlife.
Like my sock puppet?
Here you go, Stanley. Ooh! Fuck you and your interpretive monolith. Stick it up your ass, you cocksucker. Rest in peace.
That was the 2001 movie we never saw.
What's your all-time favorite video we did?
Uh,
Your most fond of? Not Eden, but I guess it is Detroit Vice, isn't it?
I don't know. I like Decrepitation a lot.
The first one with Dan?
No, the second.
God damn it! Shut the
I like that second
Sick of
one
it.
because you don't remember probably, but when we did that and we put it together,
It was
you
all
guys were
random
laughing
footage.
your ass off. Yeah,
It was all random footage, really. Yeah.
we made it into something. Made it into shit like this podcast is.
Was it like a midget? Remember when I dressed as a midget and stuff? Yeah, it was all this fast forward and.
Yep.
I miss Dan. I had that one awkward conversation when I talked to him on the phone for like 2 hours.
Didn't he tell you
out of
Lauren
nowhere.
didn't want him talking to you anymore?
Huh?
Didn't he tell you like Lauren doesn't want me talking?
No,
to you?
there was one time he really yelled at me. I'd never been yelled at like that in my life. I swear to God, he must have been red in the face when he talked. He was, don't ever call me again. He was like yelling at me.
Okay.
No, yeah, I called him randomly and he answered. And he was on the road. We talked for like 2 hours. Like nothing ever happened. That would be funny if he was like a guest spot. Or Glenn could be our guest.
Glenn,
He did pretty good in Goldeneye. Poor Joe. Oh, go! Boom!
Glenn sucked more than Joe did. He got like 0 kills.
Joe didn't kill anyone! Can't even be worse than Joe. Glenn beat me in one round, I think.
Wow.
And that's not saying much. I didn't do very good.
No.
No.
You usually kick my ass, but it's just...
No!
Yeah, when it's me and you usually kick my ass.
I don't know. We should find out.
Dude,
Dude, let's play right now. We'll put it in the podcast.
So anime, huh? You're not into anime.
I could. I just haven't given it a chance.
Nope. I tried showing you Berserk, but you wouldn't have it.
I watched it. I watched the whole freaking first segment you showed me, didn't I? It was like an hour and a half thing you showed me, and I watched it with you. Now here you are saying I didn't watch it.
Because there's more to it than just the one
know.
movie. There's a whole series.
We'll get to it.
No, we won't.
I'll watch it right now. Well, next time I'm over.
Yeah, okay.
We'll watch Thunder. I mean Berserk.
Thunder.
Whatever it's called. Yeah, Berserk. Yeah.
Dildos.
Let's watch Decoys too while we're at it.
Yeah.
With Dementia 13 and Mr. Bean's Holiday. What a trilogy! Oh yeah, Amanda got me. I love how every shitty movie I point out, you go, oh yeah, Amanda got me that. Why do you have Jay Ganthor 3, Lenny?
What is with you and Jay
I
Ganthor?
like that name. It's a good name.
Stop
That's
dissing my characters.
It's not your character.
It is.
It's mine. I'm taking him.
Whatever.
I'm making him my
I've
own.
copyrighted him for Dick.
Dude, that'd be kind of funny if I made like a big bug and it was Jay Ganthor. I would get so mad at me. Dude!
I
It
would.
was like a big hit, and you're like, dude, that's my fucking name! I made that up! I'd be like, no. I did. Our friendship would be ruined.
I'll just use retro.
Let's play the Ghostbusters on Nintendo.
Yeah. Let's.
Or was it Ghosts and Goblins? Congratulations, you...
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was like, congratulations.
You've beaten a great game. Go and rest now, our heroes.
You and your friends are dead. This is
Yeah.
probably the worst podcast we've ever done.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah. yeah, it does kind of suck.
We should call this the shitty podcast.
It's just pretty bad.
That Lenny Shitty Podcast. The end.
We'll sell it to Walmart. Maybe Amanda will buy it for you.
Fuck you.
Lenny, I thought it was a good one. Oh, it's my shitty podcast.
Thanks, Amanda. You shouldn't have.
That's why it's Mr. Bean Holiday and jack off.
Oh, Stimpy, you shouldn't have.
Stimpy! I am so happy! Dog is licking me. He's excited.
Anal Isis.
We need a guest appearance next time.
I'm Horny Henry, the Wrexham Warrior.
My favorite character of all time. It's a plane!
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Horny
That's
Henry.
not like a minute long, right? Oh, I want to cook you now. TM!
Just like this podcast. The end.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
Fuck off.
Naked men with penises.